Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Denver Broncos. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Lawletta now on second. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39. Leopard. Leopard. Gone.
Back to throw, Lawletta. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. On first down, Lawletta. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
A handoff to Barkley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And, Brandon, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Lauletta looking to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's third and long.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Back to throw here. Shakes off the side. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll That'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They'll let it go deep for Beckham. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Now let's go.
Here's a give to Barkley, and he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Throwing on third down, Lauletta. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first and 10, Lauletta. He's got his man on the crossing route. 23 yards on the play.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So first and 10 now from the 30. A first down carry for Barkley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
Set. 3-19.
On second down, here's Lauletta. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Lauletta to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Distance was never an issue, not in this mile-high air, but it doesn't matter what elevation you're at if you don't put it on target. And this one kind of takes off on him.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They run a draw here on second down. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Saquon Barkley deep to return. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And the Giants ready to come out now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he will go out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 44 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Lawlett on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. On 3rd and short, this is Janovich. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
All right, here we go.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta. Looking for his receiver sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Rashard Matthews the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hamilton. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. LaShawn McCoy, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Lauletta now to throw it. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Lauletta. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Lauletta on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career. Moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Now let's go.
Out of the gun, Lauletta. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Lauletta looking for a first down throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Set! 319! 319!
Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. Buying time to his left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Hurry up, here we go! 319!
From the red zone now, Lauletta. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
The Giants on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10.
Now let's go! Blue line it! Blue line!
From the gun, here's Lauletta. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And you just kind of get the sense that this team's been snake-bitten a little bit here. They just have not had anything go their way.
It's like they collectively walked under a ladder on their way into the stadium. What else could go wrong?
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. And they'll run it here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the second up in Seattle. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Broncos on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. They're going to look to throw. It escapes it, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Vontaze Burfict in there to make the play. It'll be a loss of 14, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. It seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's the
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
Now it's Lauletta. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. McManus now for the extra point. Extra point from McManus is good. And it is 28-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
3 down. All right, here we go.
Again, it's Barkley. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Bradley Roby, the cornerback, there to make the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Lawletta. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 7. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the time
one
we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down, it's McCoy. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And they'll run it here. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hamilton. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Now McCoy. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He'll get it up the middle. And shedding through the tackle. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A gain of 3, second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. This is Barkley. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now it's Barkley. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Broncos, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders.